You know, at one time, every town, community, sometimes even within a family farm, people had their own field peas, the ones that were perfectly suited to grow well where they lived and tasted like what they wanted on their table. But within that world of field peas, there are actually categories. There are the ones with eyes, and then there are the Crowder peas, so named because they grow so tightly compacted within their pods, they're actually flat on the ends. And then there's the category of cream peas, which are my personal favorites. They stay white, tender, delicate. They have a lovely disposition, and that's what we're going to use in this amazing field pea salad. So what I've done so far is I have cooked field peas in just a little bit of salted water and return them back to the pot where they're going to stay warm. Now my stove isn't on, they're just going to stay warm there. Then the next step is a lovely lemon vinaigrette. The first thing when you're making a vinaigrette is this is a little bit of shallot and some salt and that lemon juice, and we're going to let them hang out together for just a couple of minutes, because what's happening is the acidity in that lemon juice is taming down a little bit of the oniony flame in the shallot, and it's going to make it taste really great. So anytime you're doing vinaigrette, start with this step. It's a great secret on making a better dressing. We're also going to put in this some honey. We've got a little bit of garlic, a little grainy mustard, and then this is lemon zest. Whenever I make something with fresh lemon juice, if the texture of the recipe is okay with the lemon zest, I always add it. And now we're going to take our salted lemon juice shallots, and we're going to add that in there and give it a good whisk. And you want to whisk until the last bit of that salt dissolves. And now the last step is to add some olive oil. And you want to whisk away, have your whisk working, and add that olive oil, at least in the beginning, just a little slow drizzle. You'll find that that little dollop of mustard that I added not only gives flavor, but there's something in mustard that will help a vinaigrette hold its texture better without separating. And there you have it. There's already some salt in there, but we will add a pinch of pepper. And then, while my field peas are still warm, we're going to add them to the bowl and then stir them a little bit. Now, I love for these field peas to cool off because they're still gently warm from being freshly cooked. We're going to let them hang out in this vinaigrette and cool off a little bit so they can absorb some of that delicious lemony flavor. And while that's happening, we'll get the rest of our salad together. The next part of this salad are the tomatoes. Now I cut up a few tomatoes already, and I'm going to arrange them on this serving platter. And it can be any loose, casual arrangement that you want. I've got some red ones, I have some yellow ones, and I've got these amazing tomatoes that have the starburst red pattern on the inside. And you'd want to just tuck them together in a little arrangement that's going to be the bed for the field peas. And then, just for looks, let's put one more red slice at the end. Okay, there is a pretty good arrangement of tomatoes. We're going to go back to our field peas, which have now had a few minutes to cool off in the vinaigrette. And we're going to go tomato part 2. I also picked up some of these delicious sweet miniature tomatoes, so we're going to add some of these in here too. And we're going to add a little bit of fresh parsley. And then last but not least, we're going to add some fresh basil. Now, you can put the leaves in whole or you can cut them up. I'm going to do a little bit of both. And now we're going to give this a stir. And then we're going to spoon this over our sliced tomatoes. And then if there's any of that delicious vinaigrette left in the bottom of the bowl, you simply drizzle it over the top. Now, I think that looks gorgeous. There's plenty of color, but I always have a few more basil leaves tucked in reserve in case I want to tuck a whole sprig or so around the side here and there. And a little more freshly ground pepper, and if you have it, a little bit of coarse salt. It's not only that last little hit of flavor, it's a little bit of crunch when you eat it. And there you have it. Now here's the little thing. You can cook your peas ahead, make your dressing ahead, you can slice your tomatoes ahead, but you can't do this until just a few minutes before you serve it. You need to be sitting on go when you do this so that everything is fresh and colorful and fragrant and in perfect form. That's how you make Lady Pea and heirloom tomato salad. It's a keeper.
It's ready. Yes, it's ready. So just let it all begin.